Hello, Lanette's class. My name is Stephanie Vi, and I'm at the University of Central Florida in Orlando. And I am here in beautiful Florida with palm trees at the 4Cs conference. So I am here this week with about 3,000 other writing instructors, and we are all presenting and workshopping and talking about our ideas. So Dr. Cadle asked me to talk with you today about some of the work that I recently published in Syllabus Journal, and what I talk about there is my use of games in the classroom, and specifically the professional and technical writing classroom. And what I do is I use games as a way to teach instructions, because in professional and technical writing a lot of times instructions are a genre that we teach because they're so commonly used out there in the world. And games are a great vehicle to teach how to write instructions, because when you're playing a new game, a lot of times you need to look up how to get past the level, how to actually operate the controls. You get stuck, you need to figure out how to go further. And so a lot of us, myself included, we look at game walkthroughs. And so the idea that I talk about in the Syllabus Journal article is I have the students play games in smaller groups, and they write up walkthroughs for the section that they are playing. And then they switch with another group, that group plays through their walkthrough, and they test out, essentially, their ability to write instructions. And so we get into things like talking about revision, have you met your audience's needs, how clear is this material, etc., etc. And it's fun, because normally what they'd want to do is like write instructions for something stupid like tying your shoe, and that's boring. Nobody wants to read instructions for how to tie your shoe. I certainly don't, and I don't want to grade them. But when we use games, they're excited, and they're really into it, and they have to negotiate as a group, like who's going to play different roles, who's going to be playing the game for this time, who's going to switch into playing the game later, who's going to help write up the instructions, who's maybe going to take screenshots or images or take pictures of the group as they're playing, how are they going to design their document, because it's not just going to be a text-based document, it's going to have multimodal components, so what kinds of images, maybe they're going to have video clips, they're really going to make it a multimedia kind of project. So there's lots of decision making that goes on in this process, and I think it really helps make the instruction writing section much more exciting and much more interesting than it could be. So to me, that's what games can really bring to the classroom, is that it's a fun activity. We all love play, but it also is a very serious and a very scholarly activity, and so it blends these two things together and really helps us teach important aspects of communication in a way that's appealing for multiple classes. And I just want to put in a plug, once again, for a few things that are games related at the 4Cs conference. If you want to go to Cs, I have a little pony on here because you can play Seize the Day, which is an amazing game where if you've never been to the Cs before, or even if you have, you can play to win sparkle ponies. And there are various quests, so it's kind of a quest-based game that you can play through. So I would urge you to look it up and have fun and think about that. And the second thing that I would plug at the 4Cs is that we always do an all-day workshop on games in the classroom. And so if you're interested and you're excited about this kind of thing, you can come and we will give you multiple ideas that you can plug into your class, that you can modify, that you can use as you see fit, and it's just an amazing experience. So that's what I have to say about games. Please feel free to contact me. I'm stephanie.vi, V-I-E, at ucf.edu, and I hope your class goes great. Thanks.